Hi, this is Carol Hutto, RCA science teacher, and today I'd like to give you sort of a quarter update for biology. So what I'd like to do is show you where your student should be as of the end of the quarter, so that you can look at their progress and see, compare and see how they're doing. So as you can see on this particular page, I have the biology tiles up, but I'm going to go into another view called Student Snapshot to give you an overview. So let's go over there. So if we were to look there at this particular student's screen, this is one of our sort of model students called Sister Schmo, and we look into biology, so I do that by clicking here because this is science for level 9, and we go down and look. I want you to notice, I'll get my picture out of the way here, put it over here, that these are the things that we've done. All of these things have been assignments that we've completed, and the score, and this column right here that says score, is really the important column. This is your student's score on the given assignment. Mass means the maximum attainable score. So that means a student could get as high as a proficient, and obviously that's what you want them to get, is whatever the maximum score is. So if we look down at these standards, each of these is a standard. If we look at each of these, you'll notice that there's like 3 assignments here, and I don't know how many, a bunch here. We keep going down. These show developing, and that only indicates that the student is, or not the student, but we as a class are still working on these standards and that they're not finished yet. What you want to look for is whether there are any indications, anything here that shows as something that's not a plus. So it could show as a little, kind of a little squiggly line, which we call a tilde, or it could show as an M. An M would mean that the assignment is missing. For the most part, that's what you would see in a student who wasn't making good progress. But as I go down, we get to a standard that shows green, which is proficient. And this particular one, if you look down, you can see that all the assignments here are pluses. We go on down farther, and you see things that are totally blank. It's because we haven't even started them yet. And then down here you see something that's just one assignment. This was one of our engineering assignments. We do one a quarter, and that was the straw tower. Even though it appears in several places, the credit for it was given here. And eventually there'll be, 3 other things in here. And again, you see on this scientific process standard, you see that the student has completed all of the assignments, and because of that, they are proficient. In this one, these farther ones, they finished all the assignments, but they're not proficient yet because the class is still studying that unit. So they'll still be doing more of this standard as the year goes by, and we'll be continuing to add to it. So that's kind of the gist. You want to look for everything to be a plus. So let's go back and look then at the other view. So this is the tile. I'll move my picture yet again here. And if we look in this first tile, if you recall, this tile right here is where your grades are. So you can, or progress reports are, so you can look in there also. But if you look in this first tile, this was the toolkit. The toolkit has been finished for a long time now. That was like the first 3 weeks of school. And so your student should have stars in all of those tiles. This is my teacher's view, so it doesn't show a star. But in the student view, you would see a star. You'd see a star up in the corner on each of these assignments. There would be a little star. This just tells me the number of kids that haven't finished. So it's a little bit different view. But you're looking for stars on all of those. So in addition to that, we have finished. That's the first unit, long since finished. We're on this unit, and we're doing. We're pretty well through this unit. Excuse me. So we finished the nature of matter, we finished water, we finished 5 important compounds. We are starting, and we'll finish next week, photosynthesis and respiration. So we've kind of studied it already here in 5 important compounds. We have a few things to finish here. So within, probably before actual scheduled conferences happen, we will be finished with this, completely finished with this unit. If your student is doing well, they should make the choice to do the advanced project. And that would give them an advanced, which translates to an A on the transcript versus a B for proficient. So that is where your progress, oops, excuse me, that's where progress should be right now in biology. Should have finished, completely finished the toolkit and have everything except photosynthesis and respiration done here. And total numbers, if we go back here to empower, your number, if you're a number person, you want to know what the number should be, it should show 3 out of 33 right now. So I hope that helps you to know where your student should be this quarter. Have any questions, be sure that you give me a call, or better yet, an email, because while I'm in the classroom, I'm not normally answering the phone. So hope that helps, and we'll see you soon.